3 injured guys practice today?
We had, it was shoot around, right, basically. So they all touched the ball. They all got some reps up, but we didn't do anything live. So they kind of participated in the walkthrough and hoping for the best, Joe.
I mean, you've been saying that about Darius for a number of days, and then the other two for a day. Do you feel better today saying that?
It's so hard with these. The only way I can answer that is kind of got in their bodies. Otherwise, I'm just playing a guessing game. You never know. And I do think, and this is just life in the NBA. I think it's frustrating for all of us, right? And it's no indictment on anybody or the play. None of that. It's just injuries are a tough thing, and you don't really know unless you were experience it yourself.
Do you expect Mobley, Garland, and Hunter to be questionable again?
Yes.
Okay. And then will Donovan have any injury designation?
Not that I know. No, I think he's okay. Yeah.
Darius is the one that has lingered the longest. What have your conversations been like?
Yeah, just what do you do, Chris? You support him, man. Get with medical, get with your people. His family, obviously, and he desperately wants to get on the court. And it's just kind of a knee situation that just kind of I step back. I obviously talk a lot of basketball with them otherwise, right? Hey, see how they're playing the pick and roll, even on the sidelines, because he's such a smart player, so I feed off him for that. But yeah, again, it's just he's got to figure it out, and I support him 100%, right? Whichever way it goes. I think he's probably listen, I got to get us to a certain point where I can compete at a high intensity playoff level, right? That's the, that's, and Dan, I think you said that the hard thing for us is we can't really simulate that. We can't simulate it. We can't, that type of intensity is tough to simulate. So, I guess at some point he's, hopefully he'll get out there and try it. It'll be, I don't know how many days is it, 12, 13 days. That's the thing. He hasn't had a lot of, he's been conditioning like crazy, Alter G and the non-impact stuff, but obviously couldn't run or anything.
Kenny, I asked this with as much sensitivity as the situation deserves.
Yeah.
Is it Darius's choice not to try, or is this a medical thing where the medical people are saying we can't?
And Joe, I think it's all right. It's both pieces. You make these decisions. You've been to the doctor, right? You know how it goes. And they give their recommendations and they talk through it, and you make a decision. I've experienced with my son, with the sprained ankle in the playoffs. Do you play? Do you don't play? And even for me, as a father, it was hard to tell him, no, you got to, son, you have to talk with the trainers, you have to talk with the doctor, and then only you can make the call. That's kind of what it is.
After the game, you mentioned that the guys just felt gassed. They looked gassed. I know in the regular season they were minimized in the minutes because you were able to go so deep. Do you feel like the stamina for them was just at the result of that game specifically, or is it something you feel confident moving forward that they will be able to play?
We're
40 minutes.
We're in condition. We're ready. I do think it was circumstances, and let's face it, Indiana, in terms of intensity metrics, they're by far the highest in the league. I said it before we played them. It's different than Miami, right? Miami was low pace, slower, probably more clutch and hold, that type of game. And then we knew this completely went the other way. This is speed and movement and sprints, and so it's just a different different style of play. I do think we've after getting hit in the mouth and taken a little while to adjust to it, we have adjusted to it. You know, now it's you know, kind of fighting through that. That, and, you know, it's not just physical, right? It's your mental kind of fortitude and resiliency to fight through fatigue.
Did you see the last 2-minute report?
Yes, I saw it.
What was your reaction to it?
Chris, I'm at the point where, you know, let's look at it this way. You know, we're up 20, and when you know, you talk about the last 2 minutes, I kind of look at, well, how did we lose that 20-point lead? And everything happened way before then. And I think we always have we all do. I do too. Recency bias. So what happened in the last 30 seconds? It's like, how did you lose that 20-point lead? So I'd say it was coaching decisions, player decisions, and then referee decisions. And we all made mistakes. And then if you put it in like a kind of ledger, like you add all those up, and their minus 20 goes to, oh my gosh. So, you know, they obviously made mistakes. I made mistakes. Players, we had, you know, plenty of decisions where we could have made it this. So that's just, I'm kind of there with that. And the only thing I will repeat, and I just adamant about this, and you know, what I don't like is that excessive acts, in my opinion, right? And that's not the obviously the league's opinion, can lead to any type of, you know, kind of doubt for player availability. And you know, it's funny. I think the referees kind of applied for the most part the rule. My question is, what we got to look at is okay, is there you know, that line of excessiveness? Do we need to move that line? You know, because we want the defensive player of the year available. We want DeAndre Hunter available. And I'll just repeat again, not malice in those acts, not like none of that stuff, right? Like, it's just like, okay, you know, if that went over the line, there should be a sanction for that. You know, and we just, you know, I really hope the league goes back to competition committee, and they go in a room and they look at those plays and say, hey, is there something different we could have done here? Is there another, you know, can we make this better so we you know, there's, because once you start getting into the injury, I think that's something you really got to look at, you know, as a league we have to look at.